Thank you.
Good evening. Really happy to be here. Before we get started, I just want to say one thing. Was down in Live Oak with Chrisanne Hall was there. Last time I was here, some people actually contributed to my campaign. I want to say this: if you were thinking about doing it, please put it in her. She's fighting your battle for the First Amendment right now. Okay, now the other thing I want to point out here is I'm going to show you right now how I'm going to take care of your money when I get it in Washington. John Lackey. John Lackey, you never get me back in Florida. So, okay, folks, that's what I'm going to do for you. Okay, now, sorry. Okay, I'm Paul McCain. I'm running against Alan Boyd or Al Lawson, whichever Al shows up at the finish line. I'm also going to be running against whichever Republican shows up there, because I don't have to do a primary. I'm going to sit at the finish line waiting for both of them. So when they get there, I'll be there waiting. Now, I have been criticized in the past for not telling a little bit about myself. I think it was that important, but I guess maybe it is. So I'm going to give you my 1-minute version. Okay, don't take too long. 1-minute version. Here we go. Paul McCain, 59 years old. Been married for 29 years as of September to my wife Ruth right here. I've got 3 children, all of which had their education in the public school system. I worked my way through Florida International University and became a teacher for 3.5 years. I didn't have I had the heart of a teacher but not the wallet. I couldn't afford it. So I retrained myself and became a fireman paramedic, which I did that for 23 years until I retired and worked various jobs in the department. I also had a whole lot of time as a fireman. So I actually got to the point of having a lot of businesses. My businesses took on a pattern. It was, I'd find a problem, solve it, throw a business around the solution, sell the business, move to another problem. It's exactly what I wanted to do when I get to Congress, sort of. I want to find the problem, solve it, and move to another problem. Trust me, there's an overabundance of problems out there to solve. A whole bunch of them I plan on taking care of. Now, 2 of my businesses, 2 went national, 1 went international. That is the one I really want to kind of dwell on right now. The international business was a fight against the pool and spa industry. Now, I mean, PacFed, Jacuzzi, Hayward, Pentair, anybody, they made a pump, they were the end. And my partner right here in the second row here, Mark, we took on this fight and we beat him. We beat him. And then I kind of turned my sight on Congress a little bit and did my fair share on getting a bill in the interest of child safety pushed through Congress. We beat him again. And I'm telling you this just so you'll understand I've done it before. This is not new. I've done this. I know how to work these people. And I've got a lot of policies in place to use that will get the job done. The international business was almost more than I could bear to tell you the truth. Because we literally, when we went after these companies, if everybody kept telling us, don't do it, you can't win. Well, we proved that you could. And what I really have to go into here, and I wasn't going to, but I think it will, is we beat all the power and all the money. I've been told not to say that, but it's a fact. Of both industries, we beat all the power and all the money in industry, and we beat them in Congress. So the fact that I can do this is an assurance. Now, as a representative, that's a tough word for me to swallow right now. It really is, because you people are actually putting your trust in me. And that, to me, is an awesome thing to stand up to. What I really want to get to is just the fact that it's going to be a tough job. I'm not saying it's not going to be. But what I'm bringing to you, I'm bringing something to you. What I'm bringing to you is, and I want everybody to look at it. If you're in District 2, where I'm running, you're going to get it immediately, as soon as I get elected. It's Project First Week is on my table over here. I want you to take a look at it. Read it and understand it. It is going to give you your rights in this government again. It's going to give you your voice. If you're in district, any other district besides 2, doesn't matter. 3-4 months after we have this thing gelling in our district, we're going to offer it to you. And I'm telling you, I'm going to use the people of my district to the point that they are absolutely going to love it. Because I don't think people really have ever had their voice in this government heard before. And it's time that they did. So, I want you to be looking for it. It's going to be there. Now, I'm stop there for a minute. Great speech going here, and I kind of blew it. What I really want to go to is the fact that principles. We have to go principles over party. And I didn't want to dwell too hard on this, but it's going to happen. I decided to leave the Republican Party. I left the Republican Party because they were not representing me. They were not representing the values that I had. I stand on the values of the Reagan administration. They're afraid of those values. They won't stand up to them, and I had to leave for that reason. Now, it's hard to run against parties. But the bottom line is, it can still be done. I can do it, and we've made great strides in doing it. The people of this district, the people of our district, really want to have their voice known. And what I offer in my Project First Week, you're not going to get that from a party, because it takes the power from the party and gives it to the people. And that is not going to flow very well with the party. So I want you to really understand it. I want you to look it over, and I want you to understand it. Something that I have to fall back on is, when I was here in April, I said I'm taking everything personal. And let me tell you what, I am taking everything personal. I take it very personal that I had to leave it because my roots are in that party. But I had no choice. I had to leave the party, and one of these days I plan to go back. I hope I will be able to go back. But for now, I have to stand on my own principles, and the party won't let me do it. I can't sign the loyalty oath that they want me to sign. Can't do it. It gives your loyalty to the party, not to the people. And I cannot do that either. I take it very, very personal. The people that I'm running against, to be very honest with you, I have to take that personal too. Everything I've ever done in work and in my businesses, it's all been personal. And this is personal also, because they are standing between me, the policies I want to bring to you. If I lose to one of these people, you don't get those policies. And I know these policies need to be put in place. And when you read them, you're going to find out and you're going to understand the same thing. The other thing I take really, really, really personal, I take very personally the fact that we have a president right now who is out for his own agenda. And he's out for an international agenda. And folks, that has got to stop. And we have a Congress that is backing his play. And it's mostly Democrats, I'll give you that. But, again, I had a problem with the Republican Party there too. Because they weren't sure they were voting the right way. But the bottom line is, that's not enough. They should have been standing up on every pulpit they could and swaying people like Alan Boyd to change his vote. Healthcare. It would have been so easy to change a few Democrats if they would have stood up against them and swayed their vote, and we wouldn't be in this mess right now. So, a lot of things I have to take personal in this race. And one of the things, where I stand on the issues, my issues should be clear since I'm a Reagan conservative that will not yield. I will not yield my values. As that, obviously, lower taxes, we have to lower taxes. We have to run back. I'm personally in favor of fair tax. That's what we have to have. But it's going to take a while to get to that. So until we do, we've got to roll these things back. It's worked in the past. History shows us it works. We're not doing it right now. We're going the other direction, and that's wrong. Okay? Borders. Why in the heck have we not closed our borders? We've had Democrats in Congress, we've had Republicans in Congress, and we still have porous borders. No good, folks. That's a death sentence to us. Now, there are just so many things we can go into as far as what I believe, but I think it should be pretty obvious, actually. The last thing I want to go into, because I know we're running out of time here real quick, is why vote for the independent? And that is what I really have to get into right now. the independent